thank you all, first of all, for inviting me to be here to be your keynote speaker at your annual convention. In this upcoming long, hot summer, there are two major events taking place, and each is vital to the future of our country. One takes place this March and April, and it has to do with the thousands of commencements taking place in schools all over the country, where tens of thousands of young people will graduate from college and enter the workforce. The other takes place in May, when we hold our national elections and our people will elect our president, the member of both houses of Congress, and officials in local governments all over our archipelago. In a certain sense, graduates and candidates are very much alike. Graduates fervently hope that as they leave their alma mater, they will find the kind of work that they have been dreaming of and training for a very long time. Candidates, including myself, are similarly hopeful that on election day the voters will confer on us the blessings of public office so that we can do the things that we promised during the campaign. A friend told me this morning that if my chances of getting elected in the Senate are as good as that of a registered nurse finding a job at home or abroad, then I'm a shoo-in for the Senate. In line with your convention theme, I will speak here today about the keys to success in your chosen profession. May mga campaign worker ako na isama dito sa akin. According to the World Health Organization, our country is today the biggest supplier of nurses globally because of their English skills, smartness, and competence. It goes on to report a fantastically high number of Filipino nurses are leaving the Philippines each year, and that tens of thousands of them find work in America and other industrialized countries. Unfortunately, despite all the attempts of all our professors, all our educators, and despite the establishment of the review center and the more strict guidelines that have been applied to nursing schools, the passing rate has continued to drop, and more than 40% of examinees have taken the board of exams twice. All this is to say that admission into the nursing profession is not easy, and each of you must be prepared to meet the challenge. Fortunately for you, the observance of high standards in its nursing program is a key part of the program of the Perpetual College of Manila. So in this part of your training, you are at least well prepared. The second part is taking your licensure examination and passing it. And for that, there is no substitute other than hard work and thorough preparation. Nursing is considered a profession because the practice of nursing is based upon a social contract that delineates professional rights and responsibilities as well as mechanisms for public accountability. In almost all countries, nursing practice is defined and governed by law, and entrance to the profession is regulated at national or state level. Here in the Philippines, the profession is governed by the Philippine Nursing Act of 2002. The aim of the nursing community worldwide is for its professionals to ensure quality care for all, while maintaining their credentials, code of ethics, standards, and competencies, and continuing their education. There are a number of educational paths to becoming a professional nurse, but each one of them involves extensive study of nursing theory and practice and training in clinical skills. Nurses care for individuals who are healthy and individuals who are ill, of all ages and cultural backgrounds, and who have physical, emotional, psychological, intellectual, social, and spiritual needs. In sum, a nursing professional is a very big deal. As big as being an engineer, a lawyer, even a doctor. And there is a good reason why the profession commands such a high pay in many advanced countries. And there are even Filipino doctors who have taken up nursing in order to get a chance to work abroad. I have every confidence that this batch of graduates can hurdle any challenge, and that the time is coming when you will all be admitted into the ranks of the nursing profession in our country. Once you enter those ranks, you will then spend your first 2 years of service in local hospitals and clinics. And then will come the choice that every registered Filipino nurse sooner or later must face, whether to stay here at home or go abroad to work. On this issue, I must confess that my feelings are divided. On one hand, it is of course gratifying, cheering, and it brings an immense amount of pride to see our nurses being able to find work abroad, being so readily acceptable in the nursing profession, and being so well recognized for our tradition in excellence in nursing. On the other hand, I find it regrettable that in our healthcare systems here in our country, that we should be losing trained professionals like you. Certainly, our 94 million people today need all the care that they can find. As things stand now, however, there isn't much choice before you. Until our country and our economy can provide the jobs and the commensurate pay, the option to go abroad will always prove more appealing to most. But I will also say that this situation must not be allowed to continue forever. The time for our country's dependence on remittances from OFWs must at one point or another end. And it's time that the process of liberating ourselves from this catch-22 situation has come. It's time we start growing our economy to the point where we can keep more of our nurses and other workers here at home. When my father, President Marcos, began the Overseas Workers Program in 1976, he did envision it as a prominent and permanent, he did not envision it as a prominent and permanent feature of the economy. He saw it rather as a temporary stopgap measure to provide employment while national industry, agriculture, and services were being modernized. In the event, however, the nation, instead of developing, has become more dependent on OFW remittances. More and more of our people are being sent abroad so that they can send more money home. Meanwhile, local industry has stagnated, Philippine agriculture has declined, leading to our importing rice and other foodstuffs from other countries. And we don't know when it will all stop, unless there is a major change in leadership and in our national policy. It is in the hope of helping to provide an alternative future for our country and our people that I decided to become a candidate and run for the Senate. Having already served my local constituency in Ilocos Norte, I now would like to contribute in a meaningful way to the development of our entire country. Like each and every one of you, I am a professional by education and training. As you have trained for the profession of healing and caring, so have I trained to become a professional manager. And we are alike in the application of knowledge to the solution of problems. And like all of you, I want the best for our country and for our people. There is no reason why we cannot have a healthcare system in our country that is equal to the best in any in the world, given the great number of doctors and nurses of great talent that we annually produce. There is no reason why our economy cannot grow as fast as perhaps China or India, given the quality of our workforce, our managers, and the abundance of our resources. There is no reason why the Philippines cannot have effective democratic government like other modern and developed countries, considering how we are the oldest democracy in Asia. Finally, there is no reason why more of our skilled workers and professionals cannot stay here at home to help in building our country instead of going abroad to build and develop other countries. Congratulations again on the completion of your studies, and I wish you all the best of luck for your upcoming examinations. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Maraming